ABC 27 News at 11 starts now with your forecast first.
And good evening, I'm meteorologist Dan Tomaso. What a Sunday night it's been. Historic flooding in some places, flash flooding coming from heavy rain. There's still more rain out there. We're going to talk about the current conditions, but also look back at some of this flash flooding from earlier today.
Tonight, intense rain shutting down parts of central Pennsylvania.
Major flooding here in the mid-state, including those two cars behind me, where it is and how unusual this flooding is.
You can't let the bad guys win.
Bicyclists say they were targeted in a hit and run. Now they want justice for their friend.
The golf world wants a dominant player. They've got one in Jordan Spieth. A thrilling finish at the British Open.
ABC 27 News at 11 starts now.
The rain came down fast and hard, leading to major flooding. Tonight we got a lot of phone calls and pictures. These are from Middletown, and you can see the water sitting high on the roads, flooding cars, making some roads impassable and even dangerous after this afternoon's storms. Good evening, I'm Amanda St. Hilaire, and thank you for joining us. We have team coverage of the storms and flooding. Don White is live in Middletown, but we want to start with meteorologist Dan Tomaso in the Storm Track Center. Dan, this rain made history.
That's right, Amanda. There's no way around it. Today was historical in the mid-state. We had so much rainfall in an hour's time or even 2 hours' time in some locations that major flash flooding, including major roads, creeks and streams occurred, and we still are not done with the rainfall. So we're going to get into more of the history coming up in just a couple of minutes, but I want to focus on radar because there is more rain coming in from not only the west but the southwest, and a couple of areas to focus on. One over the mountains just to the west of Altoona. This whole area of rainfall is slowly sliding east, and that was the problem here earlier today. The storms were very slow to move. We just added on to the rainfall over and over and over again, and this cluster of showers and storms is moving into a bad place as well. Northern Dauphin County had flooding earlier, so did Northumberland County. So again, this is not the heaviest rain we saw all day long, but certainly it's enough to add insult to injury. Temperature-wise, we stay in the 70s. It's still humid, and there's more chances for showers and storms tomorrow. But again, after this historic day, we just keep adding on, and that is the problem here tonight. We're going to have more radar updates just ahead. Amanda, let's send it back to you.
All right, Dan, we'll check back with you soon. Middletown was hit the hardest tonight, more than 4 inches of rain in just 1 hour. Don White is out there right now. Don, how's it looking?
Well, Amanda, it's looking much better here than just a few hours ago outside of Harrisburg International Airport. And you probably wouldn't know by looking at this car right now, but the flood water was actually up to about here. It was about halfway underwater several hours ago. Let's take a look at some video that I shot earlier today around 6 this evening. This area of HIA close to the long-term parking. This car stuck. Our cameras rolling as the tow truck came in. Those at HIA tell us they had 4 rescues at the airport alone. Police had to rescue another vehicle along Route 230 just past Ann Street. And those who live along Wood Street say the road is prone to flooding, but today it's unusually severe. Back at HIA, people came to get a look at the flooding they say they've never seen in their lives.
This is off the hook. It's kind of scary, you know what I mean, thinking that it's such a modern airport that they don't have a drainage system, you know, to handle this type of water. Thank God I'm on the hill of a state. I hope it don't come that way.
It's very stunning because, you know, I've lived in Middletown for almost 2 years, and this is the first I've ever seen anything really this bad.
And those here at HIA tell us that flights had to be delayed for several hours due to flooding on the roadway. Working for you live in Middletown, I'm Don White. Amanda, back to you.
4 inches of rain in less than an hour. How often does that happen?
So the unofficial word of this is at least a 1 in 100 year storm, possibly even longer than that, 1 in 1,000. Now, of course, we're just going to keep digesting these numbers. It's actually hard to comprehend at this point, but when we think back to Lee and some of the flooding we saw in 2011, this is comparable. I mean, it's obviously Lee lasted for a lot longer with a lot more rain, but 4.71 inches in one day on top of rainfall from yesterday. The previous record for this date was 4 inches. So again, this is the official number coming in from HIA, but I have seen reports of higher, closer to 5 inches, even over 5 inches of rain in parts of York County, Northern Dauphin County. So you get the picture, but the fact that it hit the airport now makes it certainly historical in terms of putting a number to this. But check this out. This is even more remarkable. 4.25 inches in 1 hour alone. And that's what led to all this flash flooding. That's all it really takes. When you get over 2 or 3 inches of rain, that can lead to flash flooding, but this was even more. So again, the numbers are just staggering here at this point in terms of how much rainfall. Over 2.5 inches officially in Hummelstown on our WeatherNet sites. Fawn Grove, about 2.5 inches. York, Loysville, close to 2 inches. And again, this is just adding on from yesterday. So some of the same places that got hit heavily got hit again here today. So when we look at radar now, things are not done. I wish I could say the entire night's going to be dry, but that's not the case. We have one complex here going over parts of Mifflin, Juniata, Perry, northern Dauphin County, heading toward Northumberland. Another bigger complex to the southwest of that over parts of Altoona, the Laurel Highlands, parts of Franklin County, Huntington County, and then another area of rain still trying to sneak through Lancaster County. So let's break this down a little bit more. This is some of the heavier rainfall over Fulton and Franklin counties. That's going to continue to advance east here tonight. This is not the same type of heavy rain we saw earlier today, but again, it will add on to some of those higher totals. This area of rainfall at least keeps moving north at a fairly good clip, but even this moving at 20 to 30 miles per hour could lead to some problems in northern Dauphin and Northumberland counties. And then finally, Lancaster County, the eastern half, seeing this little batch of rainfall coming through, but again, some heavier periods of rain toward Quarryville possible. This map just shows how much rainfall we accumulated. Again, the hot spots in parts of York, Dauphin, southern Dauphin, and northern Dauphin counties. Again, some flooding in York County. Again, over 3 inches of rain just west of York towards areas like Dover. 4 inches of rain in this bullseye in southern Dauphin County, and then again northern Dauphin County. You can see where the problems came from. Over 4 inches of rainfall there. So I mentioned the rainfall coming through now. There will be additional areas of showers and storms here tonight, so we will be on guard for any more potential flooding issues as we move into the nighttime hours. Well, how about tomorrow? A little bit of sunshine, we could see even more thunderstorms pop up. So we're nowhere done with this forecast, unfortunately, because of how much flash flooding there was today. We could add on to that problem here tomorrow. But again, the rainfall amounts we saw were unprecedented for how quickly it came and the flash flooding it produced. So we're not talking about those types of numbers again, but it's always just the adding on. Like I keep saying, you know, once we see that amount of rainfall, it has nowhere to go, and we add more on top of that, we could see some recurring issues.
Hey, the information you gave kept a lot of people safe tonight. So
I really
thanks
hope
to you,
so. Yeah,
we were ready for this.
Right, and no reports of injuries, which I really like to see. There were numerous
Absolutely.
roads closed, but hopefully Mid-Staters, you're all smart enough. Turn
Yes.
around. Don't drown. Stay safe, everybody, tonight.
Always a good message.
Yes.
Thanks, Dan.
Sure.